empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. From London to Taiwan, I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan.
Well, folks, a thrilling first half in the Manchester City versus Crystal Palace game. 5 goals, but in the end, it was City who came out on top. Next up, it's your 3 PMs. Forest against Everton is the feature.
Time for cities and towns to start dreaming again. Walking in the footsteps of giants.
Well, folks, very good evening to all, folks, and welcome back aboard here once again, folks, to Realltom Football. My name is Tom. I'll bring you the watch along today. That's only for Nottingham Forest to take on Everton live in the Premier League. If you do are watching on the replay, please do make sure that you are leaving a like on the stream, hit that subscribe button if you are new. Thank you very much indeed, folks. Every joy is here today. Kick-off coming your way at 3 o'clock in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest are against Everton, and that is going to be our feature of the games that are happening at 3 p.m. on this fine Saturday, the 12th of April. And a week today it'll be the 19th. Holy shit. A week today it'll be the 19th. How the month goes by, folks. A week today it'll be the 19th. I've just looked at my calendar very briefly. But yeah, let's get the overlay on. Let's get the interior view of the City ground for you guys. And let's get that overlay slapped on for you guys. Nottingham Forest against Everton. And the good news for Forest fans, you will find this good news. Chris Wood is back. And he is fit and available to start today for Nottingham Forest after injury. I wasn't expecting to be back this early, but Chris Wood is here. He is back. And he is ready to go today. Roaring to go, should I say. With Everton's visit to the City ground, Nuno Espirito Santo looking to get another 3 points in the bag to ensure that Nottingham Forest can keep that third place finish. And for Everton, it is a case of just bouncing back a little bit kind of thing, really, after the negative result in the Merseyside derby. I'm not recalling what happened in the other game as well for them. But today, can they get themselves a rare victory, really, against the likes of a Forest, really? You wouldn't expect it, would you? But that Palace-Man City game showed us that the unexpected can happen. So, 2 out of 3 bets in play that we're on have lost, but 1 won. We had Palace to... I had a 2-up instant win for Palace, just in case. And they did go 2 up, so that has won. We've got £2.10 in the bank. And if Villa, Forest and Brighton all claim victories at this 3 p.m. period of the day, I will be able to claim £6.15 on top of that £2.10. So at the end of the 3 p.m. kickoff today, the maximum we could be taking back is about £8.25. Of course, there is NACA insurance in play as well for Sunderland, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Arsenal and Brighton all to get wins. £4.69 as a return of a 50p stake there. And of course, the word insurance means that if one lets me down, I get a free bet to use on tomorrow's insurance. But I may not do that. Welcome to El Basim. How you doing? Beto to score 2 goals, he's saying today. Interesting. Are you an Everton fan, matey? I would presume so. Because I most certainly wouldn't put my money on Beto to score 2 goals against Nottingham Forest. But you never know. In fact, Beto, according to my overlay, doesn't start today. Neither does Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It's going to be interesting to have a look in that team lineup in a moment. In fact, let's get ourselves ready to do it. Why not? Because we have got a lot to analyse. We've got a lot to delve through. Let's go through to PremierLeague.com for your team news, your match information, and your league table, and a bit of a preview ahead of the other 2, I think, 3 o'clock kickoffs today. I think there's 3 of them. And no worries about the coverage. We've already got PPV.WCF ready to go, loud and clear, rolling away with the Premier Sports, which is what the coverage has been provided. Yeah. And yes, Manchester City have thumped Crystal Palace by 5-2. An amazing game, really, in terms of the switch from Crystal Palace absolutely cruising, like they could go and hit 6s or 7s, to complete change. So a very, very up and down game, really, shall we say. Brighton have got a nice easy one today against Leicester. That is kicking off at 3 o'clock at the Amex. I would expect Brighton to win by probably, but I think 2-0. The Saints are against Villa. Southampton already relegated. Can they put up a fight against Villa? Probably not. I've gone 3-1 for it. And Nottingham Forest against Everton. I've predicted Forest 2-0. And I think Forest will win. Quick check on the league table then with these 3 o'clock kickoffs on the horizon. Of course, Arsenal play Brentford later, live on Sky Sports at 5:30. And if you do want to watch any one of the 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Premier League, you will need to use a streaming site and a VPN. Highly recommended that you use a laptop. The other option is, of course, using a Fire Stick, which I do have, but I don't use. And I don't recommend using a Fire Stick. I recommend you use a computer with a VPN fitted and a streaming site. In fact, we found a pretty good one called ppv.wtf, which provides pretty smooth coverage and no nonsense. Go for it, what is 890 Gaming? But you could save it tomorrow, you know. Oh, it's about Arsenal. Okay. Yeah, just about to say, if you've got a channel about Man U, save it for the Newcastle one tomorrow, mate. We'll be live at 4:15 for Newcastle Man U. You know the drill. You know the drill. Okay, Brighton against Leicester then. Let's have a look at Brighton and see where they can move with a point. They can go level on points with Fulham with a point, but Fulham have got a better goal difference. They would not move an inch, but 3 points for Brighton can put them 2 points above Fulham and 1 point behind Aston Villa and into 8th. Goal difference will not apply for Brighton if they win. Moving on to their opponents, Leicester, who can move level on points with Ipswich, but the goal difference is differentiated by 9, so that would mean that Ipswich most likely will keep their spot at 18th, at least until they play Chelsea tomorrow. And I actually have gone for a shot prediction, guys. I've gone for another rather shot. I've been playing with Ipswich a bit. a little bit. I have gone for a shocker. I've gone Chelsea 1, Ipswich 2. Don't even ask me why, but I've gone 2-1 to Ipswich tomorrow. I just think that, you know, the strange things can happen. And Ipswich most certainly are better away from home, so we'll see what happens. Southampton and Villa. Southampton, well, if they win, they go to 13 points, which puts them 2 points clear of the worst points tally record for any relegated side, in which Derby County currently hold. A point for Southampton against Villa today would put them level with that stat. But neither one of those outcomes are very likely. You would expect them, wouldn't you, to concede more goals and remain rock bottom on 10 points. But you never know. And for their opponents, Aston Villa, it is a chance today to move on to 52 points from a draw. Would do nothing for them, but with the 3 points, can move on to 54 points. A point clear of Chelsea and Newcastle and into 5th. 1 point behind Manchester City. And they currently hold a +0 goal difference, so how they would crave to get themselves a nice, sumptuous victory against the Saints. But you never know. After Ivan Juric's departure because of relegation, maybe they've got a few tricks up their sleeve. I don't know. My prediction, 3-1 to Aston Villa. And Nottingham Forest, of course, can just surge and surge and surge. They can move to within 2 points of Arsenal, which I fully expect them to do until 5:30, with the 3 points against Everton, and pretty much cement themselves in 3rd. If they win, which I expect them to do, they will be 5 points clear of Manchester City. They are currently 2 points clear. A point anyway would put them 3 points clear, but they want to get the win. And Chris Wood is back. For Everton, though, it is a different story for them. 36 points would be the total if they drew today, but with the 3 points, can they do it? Probably not, but you never know. They would be able to move on to 38 points, and that would put them level on points of Manchester United. And, of course, -5 to -4. If Everton win, more than likely that goal difference will go to a -3 or a -4. So if they win by 2, potentially they can move up to 13th today. And they're only a few points off the top 10 as well, let's face it. So Everton are most certainly doing things under David Moyes. And of course, the league table analysis for the Arsenal-Brentford game will come later at 5:15. Quickly though, it's time to get through your team news and your match information for not Arsenal against Brentford, Forest against Everton before we kick off. We are ready to go though in terms of the coverage. It is all set and there. We've got about a 40-second delay-ish. So we should be kicking off bang on the hour, 3 o'clock. And whilst I'm at it, whilst that's loading away, I will get SofaScore programmed and ready to go. So we've got goal alerts for Sunderland, Aston Villa, and Aston Villa, and Brighton. Your teams are in the tunnel, by the way. Okay, Brighton, goal alerts on. No goal alerts, please, for Forest against Everton. Southampton Villa, yes, please. Hello. Plymouth Argyle have beaten Sheffield United. Well. Championship, Argyle. Still hopes. Doing some good stuff, Argyle. Yes, we want our eyes firmly on that Sunderland game as they face Swansea City. Leeds also have won, by the way, at 12:30 against Preston North End, 2-1. Matt Selzer begins in goal for Forest, a back four to Dave Murillo. Nico Williams, by the way, Craig Paulson is the referee for this one. Alex Moreno and Nikola Milenkovic in that back four midfield split into two parts, a defensive two of Nicolas Dominguez. And Elliot Anderson plays behind you, attacking three of Morgan Gibbs-White, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Jota Silva in there. Ryan Yates is on the bench, yes. Leading the front though by himself, the big news. It's Chris Wood back in the lineup. And Craig Pawson is always smiley, isn't he? On the bench, Carlos Miguel, Morato, Willy Bolly, Zach Abbott, Ibrahim Sangare, Ryan Yates, Danilo, Anthony Alanga and Ramon Souza. Moving on to Everton, who have a 4-2-3-1 formation themselves. It is a back four of James Tarkowski, Jake O'Brien, Vitaly Mikalenko and Jared Branthwaite, led by goalkeeper Jordan Pickford. The midfield is split into two parts, a defensive two of James Garner and Idrissa Gana Gay plays behind the attacking three of Abdullah Doucouré, Jack Harrison and Iliman Ndiaye. Leading the front though by himself is your lone striker of Armando Broja, who is in place of Dominic Calvert-Lewin / Beto. On the bench is João Virginia, Nathan Patterson, Michael Keane, Ashley Young, Carlos Alcaraz, Tim Iroegbunam, Simon Villa, Dwight McNeil, Beto, he is on the bench, Yusuf Shamiti. No Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the squad. So Chrissy Wood back in the team for Forest. Let's get our coverage going now. Then no, let's get going, folks, because we're 2:58. They're going for the lineups now on Premier Sports. By the way, I can leave you a link. By the way, folks, if you would like me to, ppv.wtf though, guys. Just type in ppv.wtf, and that should be where you'll access your coverage to any one of the 3 o'clock games you want to watch, such as Forest Everton, Brighton Leicester, or Southampton Villa. Those are the 3 p.m. kickoffs in the Premier League today, and all 3 of them I can confirm to you are available via ppv.wcf. But what are they advertising right now? Iron Man. Yeah, let's take the advertisements off the Fire Stick. And let's just, because they're a bit distracted, aren't they? Fire Stick away. By the way, folks, we do not use Fire Sticks for our 3 PM games. I have one, but yeah. So we're just about ready to go. Craig Pawson is your match official. Let's get us going then. Here we go at the City Ground. It's Nottingham Forest against Everton. No bet builder in place today. We just want Villa, Nottingham Forest and Brighton all to win. If they all do, £6.15 off this one to add to the £2.10 one. And that would put us firmly in profit in terms of the spend on the day. But as I've already told you, I have got a winning slip with Coral from yesterday, which was a price boost, and it's got £5.25 on it. So Mull of Kintyre blasts around the City Ground as a customary, and we're about to get going at the City Ground. And just a reminder, folks, there is no room for racism in the Premier League. If you do see, hear, or encounter upon any form of racial discrimination, then you must challenge it, report it, or change it. If you don't want to refer it to that, the other option is if you can use the 3 S's on the railway. So see it, say it, sorted. To remember that basically there is no room for racism in the Premier League. And please do, guys, if you do see, hear, or encounter upon it, just challenge it, report it, or change it. Or if you see it, just say it to somebody, tell somebody, report it, and it's sorted. You see it, you say it, and it's sorted. The 3 S's are a very good way to just, remember what to do, when you see these types of things. Do you know what I mean? Personally, I don't. So Williams has pumped that one up the field. We're about a minute behind here. It's not too bad, is it? Iliman NDI. And remember, we've got goal alerts for the other 2 games as well in the Premier League. We're also going to be giving you goal alerts on Sunderland because I want them to win for £4.69, as well as Forest, Villa, Arsenal and Brighton. And do remember, folks, if you are an Arsenal fan and you want to join us a little bit later on, fear not. We will be here for you guys. 5:15. Arsenal against Brentford. Yeah. Who's passed there? And Garner's won it back for Everton. Interesting Garner game. It's going to be Harrison. Let us know your predictions, by the way, down below for any one of the 3 PM kickoffs. I've gone Nottingham Forest 2-0 Everton, and I've gone 3-1 to Villa in the Southampton game. So let us know. Forest 2-0 Everton is my prediction here. It's Breuer coming forward. And Sunderland, within an instant, are ahead against Swansea City. It's a fantastic start at the Stadium of Light. And let's find out who your Sunderland goal scorer is. Early goal for Sunderland in that first 3 PM kickoff. In fact, there's been a score correction That goal has not counted, so it's still 0-0 in the Sunderland game. The Correa Druzigana game. Here's Mikalenko. James Garner for Everton. In fact, he used to play for Forest, James Garner, former Forest man. I do remember those days when Forest were sort of in that season. They were about to the Premier League. James Garner wasn't a Forest player. Now a regular starter for Everton, particularly under David Moyes. And that's an interesting long field ball from Branthwaite. If Harrison can get there, it could cause problems. He's managed to get around Moreno, who's got back at him. Bit of space for Druzigana Gay to clip one in there. And it's going to be hit by Druzigana Gay as Breuer couldn't sort out his feet. And there was a block in there. And it'll be an Everton throw-in. In fact, it's Forest's throwing, not Everton's. Excuse me. Here's Jota Silva trying to get Forest forward. It's, yeah, fairly good shape for Everton, yeah. Lots of players back to block him off. Didn't really have a path to get forward and through to Jota Silva. That's a foul all day. Free kick. Yeah, it's just rash from Harrison. Is he going to get a booking? It was a really bad tackle from Harrison. It's not a red, but it was bad. Not at all a good tackle. Yeah, Craig Pawson appears to have let him off there. Do you know Craig Pawson quite well, actually, I do. You'd be surprised. He's refereed more North London derbies than anybody else in the past 5 years. And he's also refereed 2 Arsenal-Manchester United games in the last 5 years also. I tell you what, though, one of the appointments that I really liked, and I didn't think I would like it, but I did. Peter Banks, I thought, did remarkably well on the Arsenal-Man City game. Yeah, you can do that again, mate. Yeah, Peter Banks shocks me by how well he did. I didn't think he'd handle it, but he really did. And it was a very wise decision actually to just give it to one of the lower rank, shall we say, referees. I mean, not necessarily IQ because no way, but in lower rank. Obviously you've got your top dogs like your Mike Oliver, who is the top dog of the UK. And it's referees like Simon Hooper and Peter Banks who just need those little big games. You know what I mean? Those big games every now and again just to give them that boost. O'Brien, Mikalenko. Ball forward and Dominguez cuts it out, and Gibbs White has been fouled by Garner. Yeah, Everton have not let Forest get through. They've been a solid unit, Everton. And I do feel as though they've had more joy in these opening 9 minutes here, Everton. Moisey should be happy because Forest haven't really got through. It's clear what Forest are trying to do. They're high turnovers. It's what they do best as well. High turnovers, counter-attacking football, less of the ball. It's what makes them so entertaining to watch. But Everton are always going to give you a run for your money. And that's most certainly visible here in the opening 10 minutes. Mikalenko, disregard again. Harrison ball in and the eye went over. He's appealing. Craig Pawson doesn't show much of an interest in that. Didn't really get enough view of the contact to be able to make a judgment myself. But he definitely went down. But there was definitely a screaming appeal. Yeah, there's no real VAR flash up either. I think it's just going to be waved away. Williams just pulls him. No, that's not for me. Probably simulates that a bit NDI. I don't think there's enough contact to send him falling like that. Good refereeing. Play on. Good joke. Very good joke, actually. Jerry is not here, no. Because Jerry is a cartoon character and I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, I thought for a split second, who's Jerry? But then I got the joke. Yeah, no, Tom and Jerry. No, Jerry's not here. Jota Silva's down in a minute. Yeah, Branthwaite nudged into him. There's David Moyes. What's he saying right now? I can't tell. It's going to be, I think, Gibbs White. Yeah, Gibbs White should have just said to Callum Hudson, move out my way. Although they're both there still. I've got no goal alerts to bring you as of yet, by the way. And Hudson-Odoi just, yeah, it's a 1-2. It's short to Gibbs White. And Murillo plays it out wide for Hudson-Odoi. Murillo, yeah, they're building an attack. I like that. They've not floated it in. They're trying to build one from the free kick. Head Everton back a bit. And that's hit against Decore, but won back quickly. It's a clean tackle as well. Really good tackle. Forward by Murillo. Milenkovic, cute touch to Nico Williams. Can he shield the ball from the NDI? He can. And Milenkovic. Murillo to Gibbs White. That looked to come off the hand of Garner. Not seen by the referee or given. And it's going to be quite chaotic in that little bit of there. We had a handball, potentially. Something going on with Decore. Breuer's gone down. Forest are desperately trying to get the ball back. Yeah, it's good, this. It's a good watch. I'm enjoying it. This little tussle between Forest and Everton. And I have to give the plaudits over to Hazard, who's provided me with the PPV site, and it's much better than the ones we were using before. There's a push in the back from Decore all day. It's a free kick. And Craig Pawson brandishes his first yellow card of the day. Yeah, arms all over Elliot Anderson. Yeah, Decore probably is a booking. It's definitely a free kick. It's probably is a booking as well. Great decision by Craig Pawson. Forest free kick. Milenkovic is going to play that one forward. It's going to go out of play. Where's my remote? I want to see if I can get a sofa score on there. Be very interested if I can do that as a temporary solution to the unavailability to use Sky services on Amazon products. Which Tom do you prefer? Tom Hiddleston, Hardy or Holland? I don't know who any of those are. Sorry, I don't. App Store. Sober Score. Sofa Score. FOTMob. Nope. Flash Scores. Football Scores app. Football Scores. Sport app. App Store. Never heard of them, mate. I don't pay attention to actors or movie really. Sport, here we go. I found the sports section. Have a look, see what it can offer me. Just trying to... Oh, Dominguez. I'll take that off the screen for you guys so you can see the scoreboard, because I know that some people do like to see the scoreboard. Ah, yeah, there we go. We'll use that, shall we? We'll use the... Soccer Saturday. Soccer. Soccer. Football. 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 Well, I give in with this bloody thing. Still 0-0 at the City Ground. Oh, straight to the cells, that one. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing. The Corey. Harrison. Oh, chance. Good save by Sells. So we'll have a corner for Everton. And we'll have to get this fire stick sorted for next week. Because it can come in handy. Just when you've got a bit of time to play with it. Here is Dominguez. About 28 minutes gone here. 0-0. We remain. Kalenko with that header down. Have a look at the replay. NDI. Good run. Plays it through and then the cross. Breuer can't quite. The perfect contact. Arsenal. goal for Brighton, and it's João Pedro with that one. So 31 minutes in, and Brighton are the first team to score in the Premier League at 3 o'clock. It's not Brighton who lead by 1-0 in that game. Brighton won, Leicester City 0. More misery for the Foxes. And that one, as I said, João Pedro with that goal there. Dominguez to Callum Hudson-Odoi. To the byline, cross in. Jota Silva header straight into Pickford's gloves. Half hour gone. Weather. I want to know what bleeding temperature is. Use the touch. No, I don't want that. Yeah, we've hit peak temperature for the day. And it'll be the peak temperature for a good while, actually. 18 degrees right now. And then my next forecasts are highs of 12, 14, 12, 12, 13, 11, 13, 10, 10. It's going to be a bit of a colder week next week. Fair to say that. It is fair to say that. Tarkovsky's ball, Milenkovic cuts it out. Tomorrow is going to be cold, actually. 12 degrees we're dropping to tomorrow. That's a 60-degree drop. And in comparison to yesterday, that was high as a 20, it's an 8-degree drop. It's quite a lot. Back up by 2 on Monday, 14. It's all right. Feels like, I want to know what it feels like. 8. Oof. Oh, shit, a flash is coming. I know it has. Still 0-0, just the 1 goal at the Amex. According to my iPad, it feels like it is about 15 degrees out there, but it's actually 18. So that will probably be because of a bit of wind, because I can't really feel any humidity. There's not a lot of sunlight, so it must be wind. I've got no other goal alerts yet. Here's Hudson-Odoi promising me for Forest if they can get it right. Has he got the trickery? No. Wrestled off the ball by Garner and Branthwaite. Tough out there for Forest to find a way through and get some joy. Haven't even got the throw in there, have they? No. Forest had to make 20 clearances, just the 2 for Everton. Yeah, they've had a good energy and they're executing what appears to be a good game plan. And the eye. And to the right is Harrison. Cross mat taking a deflection. DI with the header straight at Selsdon. I am surprised by the lack of goals across the Premier League. It was we had 7 goals at the Etihad, and now we've had 1 in about 36 minutes or so. However, there is an equaliser for Leicester at the Amex, which is where it's all happening at the minute. Let's see who scored that goal for Leicester. Let's see who has scored for Leicester. It's Steffi Mavadidi who's put Leicester City on level terms. It's 1-1 at the Amex Stadium. And that is where the action is happening, it appears, at the moment. Brighton 1, Leicester 1 at the Amex Stadium. And Luke Links will not be happy, will he? So 7 minutes to go. The game, yeah, it's very, very tight, really. That's a foul by Branthwaite, though, all day. And, yeah, he's going to get his name taken by Craig Pawson. Williams, and that's gone out. So we're looking at about 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining approximately in this first half. It's Nottingham Forest 0, Everton 0. It's Brighton 1, Leicester 1, and it's Southampton 0, Aston Villa 0. We're definitely not going to see 7 goals here, that's for sure. It might be a 1-goal wins it game. Here's Hudson-Odoi down that left. You got the trickery, sends one in there, comfortably headed away by Branthwaite. Yeah, not really had that cutting edge, Forest. Everton defended so well and holding a great shape. And of course, that low block. But at the same time, they've had high press as well. Low block and a high press, really. I mean, they've had Doucouré and Broyer high for most of the match. Gibbs White's taken one on from range. And it's fired off target. Yeah. Not the best from Gibbs White, really. There's a bit of I'll have a go effort. Yeah, Everton have had more attempts, 6 and 3 on target, 2 from 4 for Forest. So Everton have done well to really limit what Forest can do in this game. I'd say it's pretty much of a success, really. Comes to City Ground, had a good game, dictated the play, really. Stopped Forest from having too many chances. Good first half, Everton. Iliman NDI skipped away from 1 challenge. Will he skip away from 2? Tarkovsky. Pickford. Now to Doucouré. Mikalenko is the receiver down that left. Really struggling, aren't they, Forest, to get out? But Chris Wood, have they got the outboard? Jota Silva's made a good run. And Hudson-Odoi went down the left. Might be able to create something here. That's a great out from Hudson-Odoi. And Jota Silva. And it comes off Moreno. Down by NDI and away by Everton. It's the first time really Forest just went, right, off we go. For sure their best attack of the game. They've struggled with this Everton defence in the first half that's held their ground. And 1 minute of added time at the end of the half sums it up really as well. Wood. Got about 20 seconds left of the first period. And it's going to dribble out of play and off target. We played the minute. It's going to be the half-time whistle now after Pickford's kicked the ball. And it's been frustration really for Forest. And Everton probably will feel that same way, but I feel as though they had a little bit more joy than Forest in the first half. Overall, a good half really for Everton actually. That I would call it a success. The half-time whistle's gone, and the half-time score at the break is Nottingham Forest 0, Everton 0. Back in a tick. Back first after the quick break. And at the half-time break, we are 0-0. Time is 15:50 on my clock. And it's Nottingham Forest at Everton 0, as I said. Frustration first half for both. But Everton, for me, had slightly more of the joy in that first period. Let's take a check on your other scores at half-time. And I can tell you that these scores are still Forest 11 0, Southampton 0, Villa 0, and Brighton 1, Leicester 1. The half-time hasn't quite gone yet in the Brighton game. Let's move on. There is a suspension to the game between Cardiff and Stoke City. I am unaware as to why that would be. Let's go down to the... we don't know the reason being. But Luton Town 0, Blackburn Rovers 0 is the half-time score at Kenilworth Road. As I mentioned, it was 2-1 wins by Plymouth Argyle and Leeds United. Leeds United beating Preston North End 2-1 thanks to goals from Jayden Bogle and Manor Solomon. Caelan Kessler-Hayden got the goal for Preston. All three of the goals in that game came within the first 13 minutes. Plymouth Argyle's win at her home park was thanks to goals from Tijani and Hardy, Ryan Hardy late on, after Sheffield United took the lead before half-time through Raksaki, the 44th minute. Argyle for a big win there. Luton 0, Blackburn 0, Millwall 0, Middlesbrough 0. It's 0-0 at Portsmouth between themselves and Derby County. QPR 1, Bristol City 0. Goal scorers are Dembele and Urfi. And then Sunderland 0, Swansea 0. Of course, that was that disallowed goal early on. Sheffield United 0, Oxford United 0. West Brom are leading Watford at half-time. Kay Grant with the 11th minute opener in that one. Let's look across the League One, where Wigan finished 0-0 against Wrexham in the 12:30 kickoff, with Wickham beating Stevenage by 1-0. Barnsley are currently 2 up against Bolton Wanderers. There is a postponement to the Blackpool-Birmingham game. It's 2-0 to extra at Bristol at half-time, with Burton Albion leading Huddersfield Town 2-0. Charlton Athletic lead 1-0 away to Cambridge United. Crawley 0, Leyton Orient 0. Lincoln 1, Shrewsbury 1. Another postponement, Mansfield Peterborough. 0-0 between Northampton and Reading. Stockport County 1. Rotherham United 1. And in League 2 at 12:30, 2 red cards in the game between Doncaster and Wimbledon. Finished 1 apiece and a red card apiece as well. Swindon 5, Bradford 4, and 9 goals. What on earth, man? Is League 2 serving up 3-0 to Accrington Stanley at half-time against Tranmere Rovers. Barrow leading Walsall by a goal to 0. Chesterfield 0, Fleetwood 0, Gillingham 0, MK Dons 0. It's 2-0 to Grimsby Town at half-time against Harrogate. Morecambe are losing 1-0 to Carlisle. Newport County are held by Colchester United, currently at home. And Port Vale leading 2-0 against Bromley, with Barnet and Wellston drawing. And then, so there's your full score flashes from League 1 all the way up to the Premier League. So League 2 all the way up to the Premier League. And they're just going through some clips here on the site just to show us the chances. Even though it was a game of nothing really, wasn't it? This first half. It's Everton and their low blocking, isn't it? Really, it's working. Done. Yeah, it's not been great. Forest have really struggled to create chances, and that's unusual. That chance was a big one, though, Jota Silva. And yeah, there was a late one as well. Hudson-Odoi probably should score there. Good save by Pickford. Is there somebody's follow up though? No, not in that case. I haven't seen too much of Chris Wood either. There. That is sloppy. There was a few moments like that. Too much time in the Drizzy game. Yeah, the analysis is clearly pinpointing the Forest have just not been quite at it in that first half, and I agree with a few sloppy passes as well. Just need to up the game a bit and beat this Everton defence, because that wasn't a great watch. I'm not going to lie about it. That first half of football, and it doesn't look like many of the games at 3 o'clock today are good watches either. To be fair. There we go. So we're nearly at 4 o'clock then. We're about 5 or 6 minutes, I want to think, until about the second half. And then we've got a final game, Arsenal against Brentford, with kick-off at 5:30. And yeah, come on, you Gunners. I'll be having the Arsenal shirt on once again. And yeah, it's kind of one of those where I'm looking at it thinking, just slump it a bit. Because the Bernabeu is too important and we aren't going to win the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? That's my thoughts on the game today for Arsenal. Obviously, I want us to win, but I don't want us to risk any injuries, going into the Bernabeu. We need to be at our best. Because that is our last chance to win a trophy unless Liverpool get a points deduction, realistically. Because there's no way they're going to keep losing games. I mean, they're going to smash West Ham tomorrow, aren't they? So yeah, it's one of those, really, for Arsenal. Just, try and win it, but don't put too much effort into it. Quite simply. Because the Bernabeu on Wednesday is too important. Oof. M&S, that food does look good, but it's too expensive, mate. We know that M&S are expensive. So yeah, is there much to talk about? I don't know. But it certainly wasn't a very talking point filled first half. I got the shots count though. Everton had more shots, which is clear they had more joy. Their game plan worked. Low block, high line, worked. Forest didn't have much of a sniff, and there's no unobviousness or lying about that. It was clear. It was clear as day to those who were watching it. That was not a good first half in Forest. They did not have much of a sniff. For me, Everton's game plan worked to perfection. And that has to change second half. And Nuno probably should be saying that to the players. Whether he's saying it or not, I don't know, because I'm not an insider. But he should be saying that to the players, most certainly. Well, since the Fire Stick, he's advertised it to me. Yes. The Champions League is back on Tuesday. We've got PSG against Villa at Villa Park. But Wednesday is the real main event for Arsenal, of course. You know, this Premier League weekend doesn't mean much to me because I am too focused on Wednesday. Like, I genuinely, if I could press a fast forward button right now, not being funny to Newcastle Man United, by the way, which is going to be a good game, but me as an Arsenal fan right now, I just want to press fast forward to Wednesday because that is the big focus. And that Aston Villa PSG game is live on Prime. Show us some of the goal. Show us the free kick from Rice, will you? He owns it? No. Of course they're not. Come on. Nah, not going to do it, are they? Here we are. I want to see it. Oh, I want to see it. Quick before the second half. Show it me. Wednesday was such a good... Sorry, Tuesday was such a good time. Decky boy. Oh, I mean, oh, what a free kick. Love it. I love it when you call me Rice. Rice. Second half then. City Ground. Forest Everton. And we're back off and running. So 0-0. Second half. There's an early free kick. Great ball by Harrison. Foul on Williams by Decore, who was trying to climb. I've had no substitutions, which is a bit of a surprise when you consider how that first half went. Everton might be happy, though, with that. I don't know. Forest most certainly won't be. Harrison. Would play in the high press, of course. It's a good tackle by Milenkovic. It's a good tackle by Milenkovic. Everton's throwing. And Jota Silva went in for the tackle there, but the whistle's already gone from Craig Pawson. And it's an issue here for Murillo. I think he had a shoulder injury, didn't he, recently? Yeah, it is. It's his shoulder there, yeah. Just there, near the collarbone. There he's touching. You can see in his face how much pain he's in. Get some fluids down him. There, yeah, that might be the collision that does it, actually. Collision with his own goalkeeper. Sells just falls onto it. Yeah, that's it. Right there, you can see that Sells makes contact with the shoulder by accident, of course, as he's trying to punch the ball. Whether he'll be able to continue or not. He's a tough lad, Murillo. He should suck it up, really, and continue. Throw in then, and he gets a flick on. He's Garner. Silva beatens the ball by O'Brien, who wins his header well. I think it went off a Forest player last touch. It'll be a Everton throw. Really just a headband there from Jota Silva. Yeah, he looks to be okay, Murillo. He's just come back on. Moving all right. Yeah, he's a tough cookie, Murillo. However, he's got to be careful that he doesn't land on it again. Otherwise, yeah, he'll be fucked for this match, I think. No, I don't use the fire stick, mate, for football. I've got it on ppv. Fuck, I've forgotten the name of it. WTF, I think, yeah. I think it's ppv.wtf. But I've got the remote here. Yeah, no, the fire stick's down there, mate. I'd be looking like this all day. I'd be like, ooh, yeah. That is literally what my head would look like, mate. Just would be very comfortable, would it? Normally, when I'm watching that television, if I ever do watch it, I am lay down on my stomach, or yeah, Silva, and that'll be a throw-in. Good tackle by Tarkowski. Not a bad move for Forest there, though. And the crowd is starting to pick up noise as well, which will only help the players. Needs a goal this game. Needs some life to it. And Lenkovic got a... I don't think it was intentional. To land directly on his head from the throw-in. Fraser is in the house. How you doing, Fraser? Good to see you. Welcome aboard to you. How you doing? Iron Brew on tap. On top or on tap? If you've got Iron Brew on tap, then you must be in Scotland. Hudson-Odoi. Chance. Oh, no, not enough tenaciousness in the shot there. Better from Forest, but needs to be more about that to me. It's all right. I mean, I don't think it's goated, in my opinion, but it's not a bad drink. Oh, chance for NDI, and Sells came to smother, and it's Murillo off the line. That would have been a surprise, wouldn't it, if Everton scored? I beg to differ. NDI again. Oh no, that's a replay. So Everton free kick then. Garner clips it in very nicely, and the back heel's not going to lead to anybody. Should have scored that from Everton. It was dangerous. A big gap as well to put it through. Moreno. Yeah, needlessly because he does a corner there. And Brighton have restored their lead. And it's João Pedro with that equalising goal for Brighton. So João Pedro with his second of the day. It's Brighton 2. And it's Leicester City 1. Not a single corner in this game there for Forest. Third for Everton. Towards the back post, and the whistle's gone from Craig Pawson. 2-1 then to Brighton against Leicester. Second goal in the game for João Pedro, restoration of the lead. It's Brighton 2, Leicester 1. Hudson-Odoi, good ball for Moreno. Good ball for Moreno. Jota Silva, can he dig out a shot? Poor. He's just straight into the defender. He's got to sort out his feet and be a bit more creative and inventive with that. And what are Villa up to at Southampton as well? I'm surprised. And just as I speak about goals, Swansea City have found one. And the goal scorer for Swansea City is Ronald. So that's Ronald for Swansea City. 58 minutes in, and it's Sunderland 0, Swansea City 1. Massive goal in terms of the chase for promotion. In round the back, Harrison and Dominguez clears it. It's NDI. And Anderson, it's going to be a free kick. In fact, I've got a goal correction here. Ben Cabango has scored that goal, not Ronald. So that's Ben Cabango with that goal. Lots of that down that left-hand side. Yeah, they third. Forest haven't been attacking that much, though. Gibbs-White spreads it beautifully for Hudson-Odoi. And can they finally just crack open this defence of Everton? Dominguez. Work back out wide to Hudson-Odoi on the left. Anderson in support of him. He's played Anderson. Clipped in. Nice cross. Overhead of Ilanga. Dominguez sets up Wood. Cut back for Nico Williams. And he strikes it straight against the back of Branthwaite. Quickly won back by Gibbs-White. Need to build his momentum, Forest. That's a poorly placed ball, though. Gibbs-White fed by Ilanga. Gibbs-White with the cross. Oh. Now, was that a foul? Wood went down. He might have been pushed. Gibbs-White, good effort. Great volley. Oh, does really well, Gibbs-White. That's a nice volley. I think Moreno's been a key outlet for them, actually. It's a great ball for him. And he hits it on the volley. It's not a bad effort at all by Gibbs-White. Last touch, supposedly off Milenkovic. It's going to be Everton's throw-in. And Chris Wood does seem a frustrated man, doesn't he? On his return from injury. We've got 28 minutes to go here, so plenty of time for a goal. But I would rather one sooner rather than later, to be truthful with you. Drizagana Gay. That's caught Breuer by surprise, I think, really. Should have been easy for him to get to, but not necessarily. Hudson-Odoi down the left though for Forest now. Can he get the better of Branthwaite? No, he can't. Cleared away. Will fall to the feet of Murillo. Dominguez. Yeah, they've got to keep that momentum going, and it's clear they're going to be forced to have more of the ball, Forest, I think. And they're going to have to try and work around that to try and find a goal. Because Everton are not going to let them play the game that they want to. And that's clear to me. Ask away, Flicks. Ask away, mate. Lang was being blocked off. Not off the top of my head, no, to be truthful, mate. That is not my speciality, shall we say. Your best person to ask is Hazard. And he shouldn't be at Swansea. He should be available, really, today. Because Swansea are away at Sunderland. And that's the other side of the country for him. So... This PP hasn't been too bad though today, Flicks. I'll tell you that much. I've had Premier Sports 2, and it's not been too bad at all, except for the Irish commentators. Here's Jack Harrison down that right. Wins a corner tactically off Murillo. Probably shouldn't have won a corner there, but does. .25 minutes and a half to go. Not bad ball at all. I don't have any goal alerts. Villa have really surprised me. Villa's probably the surprise I cannot believe that Villa have not scored. I mean, Southampton might as well go win that at this rate. And Harrison will chase. Murillo shielded. That shoulder's bothering him, and you can see that in his face. Most certainly not the day to visit the City ground for a... I don't think I would have been too happy with a 0-0 like this. So I'm glad that I stayed home and didn't decide to watch it. And anyway, I wouldn't have even been able to because Arsenal are playing at 5:30, so there would have been no chance of being able to get back in time. No, if there were any match I was going to be going to today, it would have been Arsenal-Brentford, obviously. And for next season, I think, 3 PMs for Arsenal. Definitely will be sending them. I've got a goal. I've got a goal. It's a big goal. It's a massive goal. It's a huge goal. It's an indescribably big goal. It's Tyler Dibbling for Southampton. And that is your April Fools on the 12th. Southampton's not scored. Yeah, that's how bored I am right now, mate. That is how bored I am. Last week I had a great game of football, which I couldn't enjoy because of the streaming sites. This week I've got a rubbish game of football, but the streaming sites are excellent. Oh my god. My caramba. Here we go again then. Everton to try and twist the juggernaut at the City Ground. 22 to go. Wiz_ edits. Good afternoon to you. I am watching via a site called ppv.wtf. If you'd like me to link that, please let me know. And I believe you're a fellow YouTuber as well. Wiz Edits. I'm interested. Honestly, I am so bored with it, mate, right now. There's been literally the Brighton game, as it is the only game that's had goals. Not bad going. You want the link, yeah? Try that. If that don't work, just search ppv.wtf in your Google or whatever. I would highly recommend the use of a VPN and an ad blocker, and also to use a PC when watching via the streaming sites. I also do not recommend the use of these. I may well have one, but I ain't using it. I'm using a streaming site. I've got Premier Sports 2 live. And I've got... Oh! Southampton. There is a missed penalty for Aston Villa. What a chance. Oh, my God. Get to the Sky Sports app right now. Fucking hell, man. Southampton have just... Whoa. This is... Oh, my God, please. Have that clip ready to go. Sky Sports, come on. Villa have missed a penalty. Now I'm bloody pumped. Villa have just missed a penalty. Oh, come on, show it me. Ramsdale saved a penalty. Wow. I can't believe that. Ramsdale saved a pen. I want to see... Oh, I'm not going to get a clip of it, am I? I'm not going to get a clip. See if I can get it on ppv.wtf on here. Quick. Quick. Where is it? Southampton Villa. I want to see this penalty save.
Villa haven't managed to make the most of these situations so far today.
I think I've missed it. Yeah, I've missed it. Shit. I've missed it. Ah, that's annoying. That is really annoying. I've just missed the... Oh. I wanted to see that. Because this game's been a game of nutter. Oh. Go back to that game. Because Ollie Watkins has scored. Here we go. Let's see if we can get this goal. Quick, quick, quick. PPV.WCF once again. Let's have a look at the replay of this one. Ollie Watkins has scored for Villa. Breakthrough at St Mary's. Show me the replay. Go on, show it me. Show it me. Let's turn that down before we get copyrighted. Not going to see the goal, am I? Fuck off. That's annoying. Again. I've missed two big moments in that game. And now I'm annoyed. But the big news in that one is Saints are behind Ollie Watkins, a potential winner for Aston Villa. And the question is now, can Nottingham Forest follow suit and get themselves a victory as well? Oh, it's a great site. It's a great site. It's really clean, actually, this PPV site. Hasn't recommended it, and yeah, it's great. It's great. I have not had one stutter today in the coverage at all using PPV. And I'm happy about that. Finally, we have actually found a site that works. And this looks really dangerous for Everton, and Harrison has... How has he not scored that? Wow. And Leicester have found an equaliser at the Amex Stadium. And Luke Links is not going to be a happy bunny. Let's find out who the goal scorer is. Leicester City. It's Caleb Okoli with Leicester's second equaliser at the Amex Stadium. 2-2. Villa. And here, well, better things could happen. 0-0. My scoreboard says 0-0. Luke Links' scoreboard says 2-2. Josh's scoreboard says 1-0. Why am I the unlucky one? Yeah, okay. I got 7 goals in the Crystal Palace game. Yeah, that's great. Branthwaite's alright to play on. Oh. Corey, yeah, Mikolenko. Will the magic... I tell you what, I'm going to press a button on this magic remote. I'm going to point it directly at my screen. Now do something. Change this match. Here we go. I'm going to... Here we are. Point the magic remote directly at Chris Wood when he comes into view. And he's going to score a screamer. I need a goal. A board. Come on. Villa second. Villa second. Let's find out who that goal scorer is. Aston Villa. Still, oh, that's a pen. Maybe. Second goal scorer for Aston Villa will be Doniel Marlins. That's the second goal for Villa at Southampton. It's now 2-0, and it looks to be Southampton heading towards yet another defeat. Southampton 0, Aston Villa 2. Oh, need to change the scoreboard back to goalless. The 2-0s. Ten minutes to go in. We're still goalless. This reminds me very much of Arsenal against Everton 0-0 at the Emirates. Scoop wide by Garner. Now Garner's got a problem. Bramthwaite had one a couple of minutes ago. Now it's Garner. See the silly free kick. Yeah. Can I ever win with 3 o'clock kickoffs? Like I said, last week, absolutely thrilling game, but crap streaming sites. This week, perfect streaming sites. And the combination, well, a really crap game. I think I need some Pringles, mate, because my stomach is starving for goals, and it's not going to get any. So instead I'll have some Pringles. Every Pringle equals 1 goal for Forest, eh? This is boredom. Harrison's ball in, hung up very nicely. Might drop for Harrison, you know, if he can. No, that's going to go for a throw in. Six and a half to go. Go on a distance. Harrison trying to Harry Hudson the door a bit. If they don't win today, Forest, it's a big opportunity missed. Huge opportunity missed. And if we look ahead to see who Forest have got next, because as I say, this is a big opportunity that's going to be missed here for Forest to get the 3 points and just keep charging for that 3rd place. Let's go. Let's have a look. Forest, who they got next? Because it's not a good result this in terms of their charge for 3rd place, isn't it? Well, and they don't even play as well till they aren't even going to play until Monday, a week on Monday. It's a week on Monday, Monday 21st, Easter Monday, I think. Spurs away. Now they've got to win today. They've got to win today. They've got to win today because the next game's a Spurs away. Should win that anyway. To be fair, I'm going to go for a 1-0, sneaky 1-0. And then they've got Brentford first of the 1st of May, and that's not going to be easy at the City Ground, I don't think, either. Live on Sky. And then they've got a Monday night game as well at Selhurst Park. Really difficult, actually. Palace away, I think. That won't be easy for them at all. And then that game against Leicester at home. And they should batter Leicester. Here's Gibbs White to give Forest some daylight. I mean, I want to look at the league table, but I don't want it looking at I don't want to look at it live. Going into this game, they were on 57. They were 2 points clear of City. Now, with a point, that's okay. They're 3 points clear of, but you've got Chelsea and Newcastle all crawling up, and Man City. Well, they probably will lose a game. You know what I mean? They might have a tough time at Everton, actually, which is next Saturday. And they certainly won't find it easy against Villa or Wolves. But for me, Forest have got to win this game. And you've got Villa as well crawling up. obviously with the 3 points. And they're checking. I've got a VAR check in progress. And it is a goalkeeper in greens. That's Pickford. I don't really know what it was for, but yeah, Forest should be winning this game for me. And actually, yeah, you're right. The Brighton game has been more interesting. I think Everton are going to come out happy here. It's been a really good performance for Everton. I think they've, not in terms of the game, but in terms of what they wanted to do with their game plan, what they wanted to execute. They've done what they wanted to do. So from Everton's point of view, I think they had a great game and a great result. They've done what they wanted to do. They've got what they wanted. For Forest, it's frustration. They haven't done enough in my eyes. And I love watching them. And I love the club, Forest. I love them. But this has not been good enough today. Everton have doing exactly what they want to do in my eyes. And I've seen the whole 90 of this game. I've seen it all. I've had no streaming site issues. So don't tell me that I've missed parts of it, because I haven't. I've seen everything. It's not been good enough. Harrison's going to be withdrawn here. Yeah, he should have scored today, Harrison. Big chances for him. McNeil is going to come on here late on. Hudson-Odoi. Nope. We're going to have 5 additional minutes, I think that is. Yet 5 additional minutes. 5 more minutes. If we can find a winner, Everton look the more likely, unfortunately. And Decore, that's not a bad ball for Alcaraz. We'll reach him with some pressure from Williams. He's withstood that. And Everton definitely come out of that low block. They want to win this. Perfect performance, a perfect result could be on the cards for them. But Forest is about salvaging 3 points from not a great day at all, really. Alcaraz off. And that was close. Well, do not forget, guys, next up on Realltom Football, we've got Arsenal against Brentford. Kick-off is at 5:30. Arsenal v Brentford will be live on Realltom Football 5:15. You can join us. That is what's coming up straight after this on Realltom Football. And it will be your final part of today's triple-headed Saturday. And it's a case of just... Is it important? No. I don't feel like it's an important game today. Forest corner here. It'll be out. Right, corner will be then Nottingham Forest and Realltom, right-hand side. First corner of the game for them, by the way. That is appalling. 7 corners for Everton in this game. 1 for Forest. This is the first one for Forest. Well, can they make the most of it? 1 corner, 1 goal, 1 win. We'll see. They need summer. And is this going to be that summer? Williams, no, it's not deep enough. Near post is not. Miller, heavy touch. What are you up to? That is. Oh dear, McNeil. And it's going to reach. Oh, this is going to be a winning goal. Jesus Christ. Wow. I mean, well, I just wonder what's going on. Have Everton just played too well? I mean, how sloppy is that from Murillo? It's a gift. And Everton have got what they wanted the whole game out of Nottingham Forest, out of this stadium. And they've got a gift of a victory. It's so sloppy from Murillo. Decore, though, is placed to perfection. I can't believe that Forest are losing this game. They shouldn't lose this game. But I tell you what, that is the David Moyes effect. What an unbelievable victory. I don't think anybody would have seen this coming today. But his team have played exactly the way they wanted to play. And Forest just haven't met the level in this game at all, by any stretch. They need to move on very quickly. And they need to perform well at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium a week on Monday. Is what I'm going to say about that. Because that 3rd place position is on the line. They're more than likely to qualify for the Champions League, but it's about that pride of finishing 3rd. 5th place ain't as good as finishing 3rd place, is it? Let's be real with it. So like I said, Forest needs to come out very quickly from this. They need to shake it off. They need to be training hard. And they need to have a really, just a strong performance on Spurs and get the win. Because they need to make sure that they take the pride in that 3rd place. They can't just throw that away. And it might just be a bad day at the office, but it's a really bad result from the Forest point of view. They've not played the game they wanted to play. They haven't found a solution to what Everton have been trying to do. And what Everton have been trying to do, they've succeeded in doing. And that is why those fans are leaving today on almost certainly a defeat now. But that's not half the story. The only reason why they're losing today is because that mistake from Murillo. What are you up to? Then again, that is football. But they need to just make sure that this does not filter through to the next games because, well, a lot could be lost. Anyways, folks, bad day at the office of Forest. We'll see you all then. 5:15. Come on, you Gunners. Arsenal against Brentford. Yeah, not that fussed about it, but it's still an Arsenal game ahead of the Bernabeu. Coming up, 5:15, Arsenal-Brentford.